Hi and welcome back to my channel. My name is Håkan Bruvel. In my last video I talked about how I think that photography gear matter to become a better photographer. But in this video I'm gonna talk about why I think that photography gear doesn't matter to become a better photographer. Instead, I believe that we need to train our eyes to see objects and the world in different ways to become a better photographer. Now, photography gear does matter because we need a camera to take pictures, and to develop as photographers we need to take as much pictures as possible. But just by switching gear won't help us to become better photographers. For example, if we have camera A and we switch to camera B, just by switching camera or lens won't make us better photographer, because we are still the same photographer as when we had camera A, now that we have camera B. So just by switching won't help us develop as photographer. But of course we need camera gear so we can take as much images as possible. But to become better photographers we need something more than just the gear that we are using. And that is, we need to train our eyes to see the mundane objects in the world in different ways. And that might sound really easy because we use our eyes every day, but I think there lies the problem, because we use our eyes so often that nothing really stands out to us anymore. We can just take this glass for example. To my eyes it just looks like an ordinary glass, but for someone else that has trained their eyes to see objects in different ways, then that might not just be a glass, that might be something completely different. And I think that is the key to become a better photographer, just to train our eyes to see objects in different ways. And I think the way to do that is to learn to see light and shadow and how they play with each other and how they play with different objects. I think it's you need to look at textures. How does textures play with each other, and how do they interact with light and shadows, and how do colors harmonize together, and how do they work with light and shadows. I think we also need to look at composition rules, which I won't say is rules, it's more how we can use them as guidelines to place objects in our frames. And I think this is so much more important than what kind of gear we are using to become better photographers. And I think this is the hard part of photography. I can honestly say that this is my biggest struggle. Um, I think if I can train myself to look at objects in different and more interesting ways, I think I can improve my photography pretty much, because I don't believe I'm the best photographer in the world. So I think this is an area that I need to improve a lot to become a better photographer. But I also think that this is the fun part of photography. sure, gear is really fun. I do love gear, and I think the cameras that are coming out now and the lenses is mind blowing, and I wish I had the money to buy one of these new cameras. But I think by learning and training to see, I think that's even more fun, because I think it's more of a challenge, and I think it will improve your photography immensely if you can learn this trade to see objects and to see scenes in completely different ways. So if you want to become a better photographer, then I think this is the key: to learn to look with your eyes in completely different ways, or new ways for you. And yeah, so I think that's the key takeaway of this video. If you want to become a better photographer, gear won't help you, but learning to look with your eyes will help you to become a better photographer. So that's just a quick video and my take why I don't think that the gear you're using will help you to become a better photographer. I think your eyes will do that instead, if you can just learn how to look with your eyes in a new way. And I think that's the biggest struggle for most of us that are trying to develop as a photographer. So if you have liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you have any questions or suggestions for me to do another video about, please give it a comment down below, and also please consider subscribing. That would mean a lot to me, and then I hope to see you in the next video. Okay, bye.